Have you ever woken up feeling like your mind was drifting, like a leaf floating in a current, with no direction, no motivation, and just tired? What if I told you that just 5 simple sentences repeated every morning could completely transform the way you feel, think, and live? Not just for that day, but perhaps for your entire life. And what's even more remarkable is that these sentences are not new. They come from ancient Buddhist wisdom, and today you're going to discover how they can become your spiritual compass each morning, helping you live with more depth, clarity, and peace. Every morning when we wake up and open our eyes to the world, it's more than just the start of a new day. It's a subtle opportunity to shape how we live. That moment between your first breath and the stillness of early morning is the perfect time to pause, turn inward, and plant a seed of goodness in your mind. In Buddhist philosophy, there is a simple yet profound method. Each morning, speak 5 sacred lines to yourself. These lines are like a spiritual compass, guiding you back to stillness, gratitude, and compassion. Buddhism, a spiritual tradition that has accompanied humanity for more than 2,500 years, is not just a religion. It is a way of living. It is a journey of understanding the true nature of suffering, discovering the causes of our unease, and ultimately opening the door to genuine happiness. A kind of happiness that doesn't rely on external circumstances. In today's journey, we'll explore why speaking these 5 lines each morning can shift the way you think, feel, and act. This isn't just another mechanical habit. It's a healing ritual that helps reset the mind, renew the heart, and step into the day with greater clarity and intention. The idea of self-affirmation has long been recognized in modern psychology, but within Buddhism, it holds a deeper significance. It's not just about saying positive things. It's a way of realigning your inner world, turning inward, and strengthening the foundation of your ethics, wisdom, and compassion. When you speak meaningful words to yourself upon waking, you don't just shift your thoughts. You begin to transform the very energy within you. The first affirmation often spoken by practitioners is, "I am grateful for this new day." Gratitude in Buddhism is not simply about appreciating the good things we have. On a deeper level, it's an awakening to reality, that each new day we're alive is a precious gift. Whether today brings joy or challenge, it is still another chance to grow spiritually and move forward on our path. By acknowledging the value of the present moment, you're not just thanking life, you're opening your heart to fully live each and every moment. There's a profound transformation that occurs when you begin your morning in gratitude. Just one simple sentence, "I am grateful for today," can create a light-filled beginning. It's like opening the doors of your soul to welcome whatever comes, be it joy or adversity. Gratitude helps you slow down, pay closer attention, and cherish the beauty in each detail, from the sound of birds to a loved one's smile. The second affirmation in this morning ritual is, "I embrace impermanence." Impermanence, a core principle in Buddhism, reminds us that nothing lasts forever. Everything changes, from our emotions and health to the relationships around us. When you accept this truth, you stop fighting life. You let go of the need to control, and instead, you learn to live with fluidity, gently flowing with the current of reality. Repeating this line every day helps ease anxiety and fear, because you're no longer clinging to things that were never meant to last. You begin to see beauty in change, and in that very acceptance, you find freedom. Next comes a deeply healing affirmation. I cultivate compassion for myself and others. Compassion is not just about empathy for others. It's also about understanding and loving yourself. Many of us find it easier to be kind to others than to our own selves. But in Buddhism, compassion begins within. It starts with forgiving your own mistakes, being gentle with your unhealed wounds, and approaching your inner world with kindness. By repeating this line, you're making a commitment to be softer, kinder, and to radiate love outward. Compassion isn't always a response to pain. Sometimes it's a conscious choice to love, even when there's no clear reason to. The fourth affirmation is a promise to yourself. I walk the path of wisdom. In Buddhist teachings, wisdom is not just intellectual knowledge. It's the ability to see clearly into the nature of life, to recognize the roots of suffering, and to discover how to move beyond it. When you affirm that you walk the path of wisdom, you're not declaring yourself a scholar. You're choosing to live more mindfully each day, observing your thoughts, understanding your actions, and seeking deeper meaning in every experience. Walking the path of wisdom is a lifelong journey. It's not found in books alone, but in meditation, in deep listening, and in the courage to face your own truth. And the reward is priceless. Clarity in decision-making and peace in your heart, no matter how unpredictable life becomes. The final affirmation in this morning ritual is a simple yet powerful one. I am at peace with myself. In Buddhism, the highest goal isn't outward success. It's inner peace. When you speak this line, you're not just affirming a passing emotion. You're declaring a way of life, one that's in harmony with who you are, one that lets go of unnecessary burdens and chooses stillness in the midst of life's chaos. Peace doesn't come from running away from life. It comes from accepting it with all its flaws, its losses, and its unfulfilled desires. When you truly touch inner peace, there is no longer a need to prove anything or to control everything. You simply allow yourself to be fully and freely. However, for these 5 affirmations to truly work, they must be spoken with heart, not just repeated out of habit. This isn't a mechanical routine. It's a heartfelt promise you make to yourself each day. Turning words into sacred ritual. Begin by creating a quiet space just for you, even if it's only for a few minutes each morning. Maybe it's a cozy corner by the window where you can hear birdsong, or a small room where you light incense. Gentle light and soft fragrance can help you ground yourself in the present moment, as if you're stepping into a sacred space within your own life. Before you start, close your eyes. Breathe slowly and deeply. Feel the air entering and leaving your body. This will help calm the mind, release the rush, and bring you fully into the moment. Each sentence. A seed you plant in the soul. Read each sentence slowly and clearly. There's no need to rush. Let every word sink into your breath. Each sentence is a seed, and if you plant it with care, it will grow into deep inner transformation. When you say, "I am grateful for this new day," imagine a soft sunrise gradually filling the sky with light, bringing with it hope and new possibilities. When you whisper, "I am at peace with myself," visualize a calm, still lake, free from the ripples of anxiety. These mental images turn spoken words into real emotions, allowing your heart to truly feel what you're saying, rather than just repeating them. And most importantly, connect with your heart. Each sentence isn't just a logical repetition. It's a way to awaken positive emotions, to love yourself more deeply, and to open your heart to the world around you. After completing the 5 affirmations, allow yourself to sit in stillness for a moment. Feel the peace spreading through every cell of your body, like a warm stream, gently washing away the last traces of worry. This sense of calm isn't just a result of words. It's the outcome of a deep connection between your mind and your heart. Gratitude meditation. The final step to anchor inner strength. After the 5 affirmations, take a few extra minutes to practice gratitude meditation. Simply close your eyes, breathe slowly, and focus your awareness on the good things you already have. Whether it's a warm cup of tea, a roof over your head, or a friend who sent you a caring message yesterday. Even the smallest things are gifts, and when you truly recognize them, you no longer feel a sense of lack. Instead, you begin to realize you are already living in abundance. Why can these 8 simple sentences change your life? These 5 morning affirmations are more than a habit. They are a method of reprogramming your mindset, nurturing your soul, and awakening your higher self. When you practice them consistently, you'll begin to live differently, with more presence, more depth, and more peace. 1. Mindfulness, awakening, begins with gratitude. The first affirmation, I am grateful for this new day, helps you open your heart to the present. Instead of diving into the chaos of tasks and worries, you start your day grounded in awareness. In Buddhism, mindfulness isn't about sitting still all day. It's the ability to be fully present in every moment, whether you're washing dishes or having a conversation. Gratitude awakens that clarity. And from there, even the smallest moments in your day become more precious. 2. Impermanence, letting go to be free. The second affirmation, I embrace. Impermanence helps you release the need to hold on to things that are always changing. When you understand that emotions, circumstances, and people all evolve, you learn to let go of rigid expectations and accept life with an open heart. This acceptance of impermanence is the key to walking lightly through life's ever-changing storms. 3. Compassion. Be kind to yourself and others. The third affirmation, I cultivate compassion for myself and others, is a vow to live beautifully. In a world full of pressure and judgment, it reminds you that the first person who deserves your kindness is you. Compassion isn't just about giving. It's about pausing before you judge, softening before you react. When you treat yourself gently, you naturally become more patient, more understanding, and more loving toward others, even in difficult moments. 4. Inner peace, the foundation for all connection. The final affirmation, I am at peace with myself, isn't something that happens overnight. It's the result of daily choices you make. As you begin to let go of negative thoughts, forgive past mistakes, and learn to accept yourself as you are, peace will slowly become your inner home. And once that home exists within your heart, you can invite others into it with openness and without judgment, making the practice a natural part of daily life. For this morning affirmation, ritual to truly become part of your lifestyle. It needs to blend naturally into your daily rhythm. Instead of trying to squeeze it into an already packed schedule, connect it to something you already do, like after washing your face or brushing your teeth. When you're looking at yourself in the mirror, that's the perfect moment to look deeply into your own eyes and speak those sacred words aloud. Eventually, this simple act won't feel like something you have to do, but something you want to do. It becomes a quiet source of nourishment for your soul every morning. The power of community and guidance. In Buddhism, the Sangha, the community of fellow practitioners, is one of the three jewels, along with the Buddha and the Dharma. This reminds us that the path of practice isn't meant to be walked alone. Surrounding yourself with people who also value mindfulness can help you stay consistent and inspired. You might consider joining a local meditation group or engaging with online communities that share your spiritual values. Sharing your reflections, struggles, and insights with others not only deepens your own understanding, it can also awaken something beautiful in those around you. If you're new to Buddhist teachings or the affirmation practice, don't hesitate to seek a guide, a meditation teacher, a spiritual mentor, or even a wise friend. A teacher can gently lead you through doubts, clarify subtle questions, and remind you to return to your heart when you start to feel lost. A ripple that goes beyond you. The journey of repeating 5 affirmations each morning doesn't end with you. When you live with mindfulness, compassion, wisdom, and serenity, you don't need to try to influence anyone. Your presence naturally becomes a light for others. Sow compassion. Reap harmony. When you truly practice compassion for yourself and others, as reflected in the 3rd affirmation, you begin to respond to the world differently. You react less impulsively. You listen more deeply. You become more present in your relationships. Conflicts don't escalate as easily, and mutual understanding becomes the bridge that connects people more meaningfully. Becoming a quiet source of inspiration, committing to the path of wisdom, as affirmed in the 4th line, not only brings you clarity in your own life, but it naturally positions you as someone others turn to. You become a spiritual anchor, not because you claim to have all the answers, but because you listen with presence, discern truth with care, and respond from the heart. Inner peace, the greatest gift you can offer. And finally, the inner peace you cultivate every day becomes an invisible force of healing. Your family, co-workers, even strangers will begin to feel it when they're around you. Simply by walking into a room with calm and ease, you shift the energy of the space. That in itself is a quiet blessing, a sacred gift from someone who has learned to live in harmony with themselves. Quiet challenges, and how to overcome them with mindful awareness. The habit of reciting 5 morning affirmations can become a powerful and lasting source of inspiration if you practice it with an open heart. But like any spiritual path, this journey is not without its bumps. Recognizing subtle obstacles can help you avoid 2 common traps: monotony and illusion, both of which can quietly derail long-term practitioners. 1. Mechanical repetition. When words lose their soul. One of the most common pitfalls is turning affirmations into a robotic ritual, saying them without truly feeling them. When that happens, you're no longer living each line, you're merely reciting. To avoid this, ask yourself often, am I actually feeling what I'm saying? If the answer is no, feel free to rewrite the affirmations in your own words, as long as they carry the same essence. Words only become powerful when they're spoken from the heart. 2. Don't expect instant change. Another widespread misunderstanding is thinking that affirmations will magically fix everything. But just like a seed needs time to sprout, inner transformation also requires patience, repetition, and constant nurturing. Think of this process like walking through a forest. There's no need to rush. Just keep moving steadily. And don't stop. Affirmations aren't magic spells. They're a thread that guides you gently back to yourself, day by day, healing from the root, transforming negative, inner dialogue. One of the most profound benefits of practicing the 5 affirmations is learning to replace self-criticism with self-love. Many of us grow up with harsh inner voices. I'm not good enough. I'll always fail. No one really needs me. When these thoughts repeat long enough, they become part of how we see ourselves. But remember, those voices are not who you are. They're just mental habits shaped by the past, by pain, by your environment. And the good news is you can change them. Step 1. Awareness. Begin with observation. When during the day, do you catch yourself being self-critical? Which negative thoughts pop up most often? Write them down. By bringing them into the light, you start to take your power back. Step 2. Replace with self-acceptance. When you notice a negative belief arising, like, I'm not good enough, gently respond with a positive affirmation. I am on a journey of growth. Or I accept myself in this moment. Words have the power to shape your experience. And with consistency, your mind will slowly start to believe the new message. Step 3. Stay consistent. No change happens overnight. But when you repeat your 5 affirmations daily with sincerity and presence, you gradually rewrite your inner language. One day, you'll notice the words that used to hurt now feel softer, and the voice inside your head has become kinder, gentler, more encouraging. Mindful speaking. Turning words into a living practice. At the heart of the 5 affirmation ritual is presence. As you speak, let each word guide you back to the now. Feel the sound of your voice, the emotion behind your breath, the subtle vibrations within your chest. This isn't just talking. This is meditation through language. When your heart is fully present, With each sentence, the affirmations become like lanterns, lighting the path inward. They help you move beyond self-doubt and bring you closer to the truest version of yourself. Mindfulness begins with each sentence and continues with every breath. Every time you repeat an affirmation, pay attention not only to the words you're saying, but also to the emotions rising within. Do these words stir up gratitude? Compassion? A quiet sense of peace in your chest? If yes, you're practicing the right way. If not, slow down. Breathe deeply. Return to your heart. Don't just recite like a machine, become what you're saying. Try incorporating mindful breathing into your morning ritual. Before you begin, take a deep breath, inhaling life itself. As you exhale, imagine letting go of every burden still clinging to your mind. Doing this before and after your affirmations will center you and create a sacred space where each word can take root deeply within your consciousness. A journey inward, discovering yourself, one sentence at a time. These 5 morning affirmations are not just tools for spiritual direction. They're keys to self-discovery. Each time you repeat them, you're not just reminding yourself, you're exploring yourself, your deepest desires, your personal limitations, and the inner virtues waiting to be awakened. Take time each week to reflect. How has my thinking changed? How did I respond to challenges? Which affirmation resonated most with me, and why? This kind of regular reflection helps you refine your affirmations as you grow. After a few months, you may feel the need to adapt them so they reflect more accurately the person you're becoming. Don't let the power end with the morning. The value of these 5 affirmations shouldn't be limited to just a few quiet minutes at sunrise. They can and should become a steady heartbeat throughout your day. Set gentle reminders on your phone around noon, a break in your workday. When a notification pops up, I cultivate compassion for myself and others. Pause. Close your eyes. Breathe. Smile softly. Before going to bed, ask yourself, did I live in alignment with those affirmations today? How did I behave in the hardest moment of my day? What made me proud, no matter how small? This nightly reflection isn't about criticizing yourself. It's about nurturing understanding and compassion, just as a gardener quietly checks on the seeds they've planted, embracing imperfection. Because that's what makes us. Buddhism teaches us that no one needs to be perfect to be worthy of peace. There will be days when you forget your affirmations. There will be moments when you act in ways that contradict your intentions. That doesn't make you a failure. It simply means you're human, learning and growing. Learn to smile at your imperfections, because within that imperfection lies a deeply human beauty, one that is unpolished, honest, and full of empathy. An ending or a new beginning. These 5 morning affirmations are not a final destination. They are a doorway. And when you step through it, you'll find an open path lined with understanding, compassion, patience, and true, unconditional love. And you are not walking alone. Because everyone reading these words, practicing alongside you, is part of a growing community of mindfulness. This journey is still unfolding, and you are still on the right path. Each of us is an unfinished masterpiece. And that's the true beauty of being human. Repeating these 5 morning affirmations isn't about becoming perfect. It's about nurturing your growth and deepening your kindness toward yourself. There will be mornings when your mind feels cloudy, your heart feels sprawled, and the words don't seem to touch your emotions. That is not failure. It's simply a slower day on your journey toward the light. Let go of perfection and learn to forgive yourself. Don't pressure yourself to perform the ritual perfectly. Inner transformation doesn't require you to follow every rule. It simply asks you to be honest with your experience. If you miss a day, if you feel nothing at all, that too is part of the process. Smile gently and tell yourself, I'm still learning, and that is enough. Every moment you return to yourself, whether in silence or through spoken words, is a small, precious victory. A lifelong journey, slow, deep, and ever unfolding. Repeating these 5 morning affirmations isn't a quick fix. It's a lifelong journey where each sentence becomes a faithful companion, helping you walk more steadily down the path of self-discovery. Over the years, you'll notice how you begin to change, and the same familiar words will reveal new meanings. Maybe today, I am grateful for this new day is a simple thank you. But years from now, after illness, loss, or profound change, it may become a sacred expression of your love for life itself. The more consistently you practice, the more deeply qualities like mindfulness, compassion, wisdom, and inner peace will become part of who you are. Not something you try to be, but something you naturally embody. Not just Buddhism, but universal wisdom. The miracle of these 5 sentences is that though rooted in Buddhist principles, they hold a value that transcends religion and culture. You don't need to be Buddhist to practice gratitude, compassion, wisdom, or peace. These are not just spiritual ideas. They are human treasures, the foundation of a meaningful life. No matter where you live, what you believe, or what your past has been. A personal practice with global impact. Today, Buddhist teachings no longer live only in temples and monasteries. They've spread across the world into classrooms, hospitals, companies, and ordinary homes. People from all walks of life, even those without religious affiliation, have found comfort and direction in these principles. Because they don't demand blind belief, they invite personal experience, reflection, and growth. And when you begin to live with mindfulness, gratitude, compassion, and wisdom, you're not just transforming yourself, you are helping shape a kinder world, where people treat themselves and others with more tenderness and understanding. A quiet journey with profound power. You don't need to be loud to make a difference. Your quiet, steady commitment to these morning affirmations may never be seen by the world, but its impact on your energy, your presence, your relationships is real and far-reaching. In this quiet practice, you become a gentle force of peace in a chaotic world. And sometimes that is the most powerful transformation of all. A simple morning practice, a profound inner shift. These 5 morning affirmations may start out as a simple habit, but if you stay patient and devoted, they will become the roots of your inner transformation, a guiding light through dark days and a steady anchor when life gets turbulent. Continue this journey, not with urgency or perfection, but with sincerity. And when you look back, you'll realize it was the quiet simplicity of this practice that quietly reshaped how you live, how you feel, and how you love. When the world shakes, you can still stand strong. Within life doesn't promise to be smooth. Some days bring unexpected storms. You may face loss, heartache, or difficult choices. But in those very moments, the 5 affirmations you repeat each morning become the anchor that keeps your soul from drifting. Stay mindful in the midst of challenge. When faced with hardship, what you need most isn't a quick solution. It's inner steadiness. Mindfulness cultivated through your morning practice allows you to respond rather than react. Instead of panicking, you breathe. Instead of resisting, you observe. And in that stillness, you make room for peace to grow. Bring compassion into tense situations. Whenever conflict or misunderstanding arises, the compassion affirmation becomes your bridge. Instead of trying to win, you choose to listen. Instead of judging you, open your heart to understand. Compassion isn't weakness, it's the softest strength. It heals without leaving scars. Wisdom, a light that guides difficult choices. Some crossroads in life offer no clear direction. But when you've been living with awareness and understanding, wisdom will quietly speak. It won't shout, but it will be there like a trusted friend. You'll begin to sense which choices stem from fear and which come from your core values. And in that calm clarity, You'll choose what is right, not just what is easy. Inner peace, a refuge in the storm. When everything around you feels chaotic, the peace within you becomes a sacred shelter, one that cannot be shaken. You may still feel sadness or face trials, but you are not undone by them. Peace doesn't erase difficulty. It helps you walk through it with grace and dignity. Let the beauty ripple outward from your heart to others. The value of these 5 affirmations isn't something to keep just for yourself. When you live in the light of mindfulness, gratitude, compassion, wisdom, and peace, others will feel it too. You become a candle. You don't need to preach. Just your presence is enough to warm someone who feels lost. Share. Without preaching, you can gently share this practice with a loved one, a friend, or a coworker. No need to convince. Just say, each morning I repeat 5 simple sentences, and they help me feel more grounded. That is the most sincere invitation. No pressure, but deeply inspiring. Be a guide by simply living. You don't need to be a teacher to inspire others. Just by living these 5 core principles honestly, your presence becomes your message. People will notice you respond with more calm, choose more wisely, and live more peacefully. And eventually, they'll start to wonder, what changed in this person? A small habit, a big change. Because in the end, it's not always the grand gestures that change our lives. It's the quiet, steady practices done with heart that shape who we become. A small morning habit, a powerful shift, speaking 5 affirmations to yourself each morning might start as a simple experiment. But if you stay with it patiently and sincerely, it becomes something much deeper. It becomes the root of your transformation, not just within you, but in the circles around you, your family, your friends, your community. You don't need to change the world. Just change the way you begin your day. And who knows, this small shift might spark something truly meaningful in someone else's life. This morning ritual, more than a habit, it's a journey. Repeating 5 affirmations each morning isn't just a routine. It's a quiet, powerful journey, one that brings you home to yourself and guides you further on the path of mindfulness. Behind these simple words lies the ancient wisdom of Buddhism, where mindfulness, gratitude, compassion, wisdom, and peace aren't just ideas, they are keys to living fully. And each time you repeat these words, you're planting seeds for a deeper, clearer, and more peaceful life, a living journey through each breath each day. This practice doesn't ask you to be perfect. It invites you to embrace life's impermanence, to be grateful, even in uncertainty, to nurture compassion in hard moments, and to seek wisdom in life's unanswered questions. Each morning, you're not just starting your day, you're lighting a flame within your soul. Every time you speak those words, you declare, I choose awareness. I choose love. I choose growth. The beauty lies in its simplicity and its power to touch every heart. It doesn't matter what religion you follow, or if you follow none at all. These 5 affirmations aren't tied to any doctrine. They speak to something more universal, our shared humanity. If you're longing for a more meaningful life, or simply a softer, more grounded morning, these 5 affirmations are your light at the beginning of each day. When you change yourself, you change the world around you. Each time you live with more kindness, presence, and peace, you send ripples into the world around you. Your loved ones, your co-workers, even strangers, they'll feel it. Not through your words, but through how you live. And just like ripples on a still pond, your inner peace can reach hearts you never imagined. As the Buddha said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. The journey to peace begins within you. And these 5 morning affirmations are your quiet companions, steadfast, gentle, and always there, reminding you that you can begin again and return to yourself anytime. Let these words be your silent source of strength, your inner lighthouse, your doorway to wisdom and love. Each sunrise is an invitation, and you decide how it begins. Every time the sun rises, you're given a sacred gift, a chance to begin again. And you can begin with 5 simple affirmations spoken with sincerity, with an open heart, and with a deep desire not just to survive, but to live fully, clearly, and authentically. Speak them with your whole heart. Live by them, and let them guide you toward the light you've been searching for. This ritual is simple, but if you practice it with intention, it just might transform the way you live, love, and grow. The Buddha once said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Let these 5 affirmations become your inner compass, gently guiding you back to yourself every morning, every day, and every step along your journey. You are not alone. You are walking the path of awakening. And each time you begin again, you come closer to true freedom. Subscribe so you won't miss the next healing mindful video. Turn on the notification bell to have a peaceful companion waiting for you each morning. And if you'd like to continue nurturing your inner peace, watch the next video below, where we explore another timeless Buddhist lesson to help calm your heart in a chaotic world. wishing you a gentle heart, a meaningful path, and a peaceful day ahead.